So today is a special day. It's such a special day because, let me tell you, it's a very special day, and here's why. About 2 years ago, some friends and I, some new friends at the time, got together and we decided to start using our creativity and getting together and filming some things. And it's kind of spawned into, we originally started by filming a short film, and since then, as a group, we've done a web series, we've done several short films, we've got a couple of other short films that are in pre-production right now we're very excited about. We've won several awards now, a couple of dozen. And for me, professionally, that's also translated into getting more professional work as a camera operator, as a DP, and as an aerial cinematographer. And it's just been really, really great. And so what makes today special is it's roughly kind of the 2-year anniversary of the first time we all got together to shoot something, but also it's time to do it again. So today is the kickoff day of the Seattle 48-Hour Film Festival, and this is the festival that I've done 3 times now, and most of the same group has done it with me, and very excited because we all get together. And if you're not familiar, the Seattle 48, it's just one of many 48s that happen in major cities throughout the US. And you have 48 hours to write, shoot, and edit a short film up to 7 minutes long. There's a couple other requirements in there too. You have to include their mandatory aspects of it, right? So you have to include the prop that they say, the character name. One of the character names has to be on screen. And they name just one that you have to use. There's a line of dialogue that you have to write verbatim into the script and include in English spoken, unless you get the silent film genre. And oh yeah, you can't really write your script in advance because you don't know what your genre is. There's about 80 teams, or at least last year there's about 80 teams, and they're divided into groups of around 20. And every team goes up and they either physically or virtually pull a genre out of a hat. There's 2 genres on the piece of paper that you can pick from. One's normally more challenging and one is normally more fun. You can use either or both according to the rules. And so you know your genre. That starts at like 5:30 p.m. down at Harbor Island Studios, or Harbor Studios, or whatever they call it. And right at 7 o'clock, they tell you the mandatory stuff, and that's when you can really kick off and start writing. So I'm not writing this year, so I'm not a writer. I'm the director of photography for the team, so I'm showing up with the majority of the camera equipment. We've got Johnny bringing a little bit more for us for sound and a little extra lighting, which is going to be a huge, huge help. Thanks, Johnny. And my job is to manage the lighting, manage the camera aspects, and we've done a little bit of legwork on this so far. I've worked with the editor KJ to figure out which codec and resolution we're going to shoot in. And tonight is script writing night for KJ and Luis, but also it's color grading night for me. I'm going to develop a monitor LUT based on the genre, which means I'll have the scene pretty well lit by the time 7 o'clock rolls around when we get our genre assigned and picked. And it's going to be a lot of fun setting up the lighting. We have an Airbnb rented out in Ellensburg, and it's a beautiful spot. It's going to be a lot of fun to get out there and do it. So my big job is actually today, just lighting the scene, setting it up. We're going to work on the production design, just kind of designing the room, rearranging things as we need so that they fit the scene. And we're going to light it. We're going to do some test shoots, and then those test shoots I'll hop on the computer and color grade. I'll make a LUT. I'll export those to the camera. And then when we're looking at whatever through the camera, we'll be able to say, okay, we've got all the data in the scene that we can capture in terms of light. We're capturing everything that we can, but also this is what it's going to look like without any color grading. We're just putting on this LUT. And it's just going to really help speed up the process for us. And putting a monitor LUT and using that as part of your workflow, something that we're starting to implement a lot more on sets, and it just really helps instead of using a generic one. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Today's very exciting. I also have a quick drone shoot to do, and I'm going to stop at the gym on the way out to Ellensburg. Ellensburg is about a 2.5 hour drive for me. I'll be adding a couple of stops. Airbnb, we can get there as of 3 o'clock, and I'll start setting up. Actors don't arrive until tomorrow morning. It's Saturday. So, all right, let's get this started. Deadlifts. The one's up at 135. This is 185. I should be lifting probably more than this in general, but just kind of recovery from the old back injury, so let's just get into it. Form is super important to me right now. Taking a quick dinner break. We just got our genre assigned to us for the 48-hour film festival, and we get to pick between fantasy and or dance, which we don't really know a whole lot about either one. Well, fantasy is probably what we're going to go with. But we're really excited. I'm just having some dinner. We're having some chicken fillets for their vegetarian chicken, and really excited about that. Awesome. Hey, next let's take a look at the setup for this shoot. Okay, so the directors are at dinner, getting settled in, or paperworking. They're not here. And this is the table for the scene. And so I've been spending my afternoon now lighting the scene. And so we've got essentially kind of a box light put together here. I used 2 panel lights. I used bounce on the far end that you can see that both of the panels are pointing at. They bounce through this diffusion and then onto the character. And then at the bottom of this diffusion, to stop the spill from hitting this area of the main character, we've got some neg fill, which is just like black sheets that they're like blackout panels for curtains. I just had them. And then there's also one behind the kind of booklight. We may or may not put one on the front of the booklight over there to prevent the spill over there from bouncing if we want more control. It just depends. We'll see. We might actually replace these lights with a much larger, stronger light as well. So, we're still kind of in the middle to, not the beginning stages, but not the final stages for this. This sheet here is set up so that it doesn't bounce light from the wall there, the white wall, back onto the side of the character's face. So we're going for a lot of contrast ratio. It's like probably an 8-to-1 or a 16-to-1 as we're looking at it now. For a close-up shot, we can bring this in much closer, and we can bring this in a little bit more, and so we have a little bit more control if we're going to do a tighter shot. The way that we're set up, it's kind of a medium shot, so it's kind of from here on the table in the shot to about here, and so it's this wide, and so these panels are just barely out of the shot. In fact, I think this one might be in just a little bit. So we're at 24 mil here on a Super 35, and 6 feet, 7 feet away with the camera, and I'm liking how it is. I don't know how versatile this setup is going to be. It's pretty much like a one-shot type of setup, which I don't love. So we're going to go back and forth a little bit and think of some other shots we might like to get of our main character, perhaps putting the camera over here for part of it so that we can shoot a shadow side of the face, and which means we'll have to adjust the background here a little bit, unless we just move to the 50 mil, which is a much tighter kind of a zoomed in lens. It's also really great for medium close-ups, and extreme close-ups if you like move the camera right up on the character, right? And so this is our chip for the day. It's just my lens cap. So our assigned genre, we got 2 to pick from. When Audrey in person today down at Harbor Island Studios drew out of the hat, we can pick either fantasy or dance. And it sounds like dance isn't going to work. I think Audrey probably could dance. I don't know. But I don't think anyone else can. So we're going to do fantasy. And Louise and KJ are working on the script. They had some ideas already, and so they're just kind of adjusting them to fit fantasy. And I'm excited to see what they come up with. We may have a demon, we may have a vampire, or something like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun just to play around and then adjust camera to just kind of show the different characters off for who they are and who their personalities are. and I get really excited to see people perform in front of camera. And the best part of all of it is that this house said it didn't have AC, and it's got some. So that's going to be great. We will have to turn it off to record audio for the film tomorrow, but it'll be like an on and off situation. We'll turn it on, we'll turn it off. So anyway, very excited. This is one of the very coolest things that I get to do all year is when we get together and we do short films together, and or music videos, or I mean we're also talking about doing another web series. Like anytime that we all get together and do narrative work, it's my very favorite time. So I'm enjoying this, and it's like I feel like I'm at a theme park right now. It's so much fun. So anyway, stay tuned, and we'll show you how everything progresses. Thought I'd take a second to talk about lighting. This is the Nanlite Mixpanel 60. It's pretty good for commercial work, especially when you have to shoot interviews and it's like kind of quick run and gun. I hate the term run and gun, but it's about the only thing that I think these are really, really great at. One thing that's interesting though is they have a soft and a hard option. So the hard is what you would expect, where the LED panels are full of LEDs and they shine out. The soft version is when the LEDs are all in the rim, or kind of in the frame of the light within the bezel. And so then when you turn them on, they're not shining directly at your subject, they're bouncing within and then going out. And so it does add like a small layer of bounce, which softens up the light. It makes it really cool. I also have a softbox for one of them. They come with barn doors. I have the remote. I have two lights. You can set the remote to do separate channels or same channels, so you can control both lights at the same time or change channels and do them individually. So that's really nice. They also can run on V-mounts, and they last like almost 3 hours on a regular like 95 V-mount. So that's really, really great. So, all right.
But you're gonna just.
Hey guys.
You might make a funny.
Hey,
What are we doing in here?
We're making a 48.
writing, yeah.
Writing the script?
Writing the
Yeah.
script.
Nice. How is it coming along?
Pretty well.
It's been a couple hours. You're done,
Yeah,
right?
Josie.
Don't know about
But-
done.
But so yeah. So
Who's in charge over here?
you're-
Ah, Savi's in charge. What's up?
uh, but yeah, so you're.
Would you all literally be shocked to know that I'm editing? Finally. Oh, I'm rendering now, but that was the speed test. I'm going to do an upload for a client here in a minute. Hey, did some really great color grading. I got some LUTs set up for tomorrow, and just kind of waiting for the co-director Duo to approve it. And then we're going to mess with some more lighting in the morning and everything and get things even more dialed in because we really want to win. So, all right, that's it for me for today. Expect some fun stuff with a lot of other people tomorrow. All right, have a good night.